I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. I was this close from going on a hiatus and not uploading for a year, 4 months, 6 months, however, because I filmed a 25-minute video on the honest truth, 1,000-year blood war. My mic was muted. But it's cool though, bro, because y'all did amazing on that last video. I was not expecting that. I truly do appreciate that. Some comments as well we're about to get to. That with the fact that I ain't Corey Kenshin. And I also didn't like the fact on how I filmed that video. So in all, it's whatever. We could just get it done again, you know. But to start, I want to address some of the comments. Is mainly with like I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Y'all misinterpreted what I said, and it's partially my fault. Keeping it a bean still. It's partially some of my fault, mainly because of how I edit the video. Because that video itself was like 20 something minutes, so you see it came out to about 10. So half of the shit I said wasn't even in there. So y'all probably like on my part, y'all didn't get everything because I didn't put everything in the video, which is cool. But some things I really wanted to talk about was like the Tenjismanga part. For example, when I talk about her bankai and stuff, I wasn't saying that I wanted her to destroy the 3 realms or come anything close to destroying the 3 realms with just her bankai opening or even her using her bankai. But she stated that just the slightest use of her bankai would make the 3 realms tremble. So she then goes and fights 5 demigods, and we still only get trembles. We don't even get a car pile up, like older buildings falling over. For example, with Yuha's aura, the Wakamundo, like parts of it crumbling up and stuff. That's what I wanted to see. The further she used her bankai, I wanted to see stuff on that scale, but we didn't even get that. I wasn't talking about, you know, a meteor coming crashing down because the gravitational force of the heavenly realm destroyed the world of the living because she opened her. No, I wasn't saying something to that extreme. I just wanted to see more detail to the tremblings and, you know, destruction that she was causing. But I guess maybe she was just using the slightest of her bankai. I don't know. Maybe that whole time fighting those 5 demigods is her slightest use. Okay, maybe. Another thing was with Kisuke. The Kisuke and Ichigo thing, like how I was stating Kisuke used his bankai against, what's the name? I still can't remember his name, to be honest. But with Aizen, he didn't use his bankai. I wasn't saying at all that he's anywhere near strength than Aizen, but I was just stating that there's a significance on why he didn't do it. I wanted to know more of why he didn't do it, because we know of Aizen's strength and why his bankai was useless, but I also want to know why he did do it on who he fought. Who is this guy? Let me get his name again, because I still don't remember his name. Let me get an explanation on his powers and what his powers are actually doing, and can I get a little bit of backstory? Because like the fact that I was mentioning Kisuke's bankai is because we never seen it. So for the fact that we uses his bankai means this guy is something, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to see why. Same thing like with Ichigo, you know, I wanted to see like a little bit more here before we move on, but we just kept moving on. And that's why I was talking about the pacing and explanation. And I'm saying this because that video, see, y'all don't even get me, man. Y'all gotta stay 10 toes, man. Y'all gotta stay on y'all feet, because that video was the majority of my bads for this video as my honest truth. And my honest truths, y'all know we gotta give bads, we have to give goods. Some things they could have done better. And the honest truth, if I would have put that all in this video, y'all wouldn't even be watching, you know what I'm saying? So stay 10 toes, let me cook. That was just the bads, okay? All right, let's get to the goods. The reason why I was talking about that stuff is because in these goods, Core 3 did these things. Core 3 gave us the explanation behind these overpowered abilities, why people are using bankais, like these Stern Ritters backstories, how Quincy's grew up, all of this, right? And that's why it's so good. But let's dissect Core 3 and let's go step by step on the good things of Core 3 so y'all don't lose me again and end back up in the comment section, all right? Shit. So, like I said, it was so much good in Core 3 and it answered so much to the point where I can literally just use one fight and explain my honest truth and why Bleach is a 10 out of 10. And we're gonna do that. And you may know what fight I'm talking about, man. That Shunsui vs. Baro fight, bro. Oh my goodness. Hands down, best fight ever. Best fight in Bleach. It's probably the best fight I've seen. Keep it a bean, bro. Keeping it a bean is probably the best fight I've seen in the past 2 years. In anime, period. Keeping it a bean. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna show you why. But the reason why this fight is so good and why like I can use this for my honest truth is because this fight does so much explanation. It explains the royal guards, Baro in specific, and it also like even helps with the pacing and all of this. Like, it's crazy for one fight to explain like the present, the abilities and stuff that's going on, the reason why it's overpowered versus overpowered. The overpowered versus overpowered makes sense, and I'll get to that in a second. It's tied with what was happening before, so it's also explaining the past and it's giving backgrounds on both characters, and the pacing on all of that was perfect, bro. We didn't spend 16 episodes on Shunsui's background. We didn't spend 20 episodes on how Baro is the first one to get Yuha's blessing. He's the leader of the royal guards, and this is why he's so overpowered. Like, we got a quick explanation on that, and he displayed it. The reason why we even know that is because of somebody so strong like Shunsui is worth telling him to of such. So it builds connection in between the opponent themselves. It's just like, dude, I want to take some points out of what I just said, especially on the OP versus OP kind of factor, because we've seen OP versus OP in plenty of anime, but the difference between these two, in my opinion, let me know if y'all agree with this, their abilities weren't like made so they can only fight each other. For example, like with the Raikage and the Naruto, the third Raikage, how nobody could defeat him. Obviously there's probably somebody that could it's obviously probably somebody that was strong enough to defeat him in the series, but it's like nobody around could have. Yet Naruto OP ability somehow was that one perfect move with the smartness of Naruto's IQ to use against him onto the OP. So his OP ability countered the OP character. It was like they was sort of, that ability was like really made for this moment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that with Shunsui and Baro, and that's why I like so much about it. Mainly because like he addresses himself as essentially a demigod. Like he's the you know what I'm saying? And then he also backs it up. Shunsui comes in, yeah, he knows he's not on that kind of power, but he's like, yo, I got something for you. You think you all this, I got some, let's see if this works. And then on top of that, nobody knows who's going to be the victor. It's like, it's portrayed to the audience like when you see Naruto and Raikage, it's like, okay, we know Naruto's going to figure something out, or we already knew that the Rasen Shuriken may have worked. We don't even know Shunsui's ability, and he's going up against this essential god. And then when we see his abilities, we're like, oh shoot, he's OP too. And even Baro's like, oh shoot, he's OP too. But then Baro come back, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's like real wounds. We thinking, okay, he just not gonna get touched. It's gonna be, you know, it keeps you on edge, and they're able to keep you on edge with overpowered abilities that like that's not usual. Something that you can it's unpredictable. Thank you. It's hard for me to get that out. So I'm gonna set that for the tone with the fights on why Core 3 was so good and the good things in Bleach. They've been unpredictable with these fights, mainly showing you in it right now with the Shunsui versus Baro fight. Another thing that fight brought, like I said, was the explanations. We got to learn who Baro was. We also got to learn other characters as well within the series, and that tied relationships to such and such. Like all of it wasn't during the exact fight of it, you know, at the same time that fight was going on, we learned about Baz and man, I forgot his name, bro. These names is too crazy, bro. You can't get at me for the names. It's a lot of names at once, and on top of that, these names is astronomical. So Baz and like basically the second in command right now for Yuha, his right hand man, I forgot his name, but I wasn't expecting them to have any sort of relationship, especially the fact that he's a royal guard. But it explained his abilities, why he's a royal guard, and then why Baz is where he's at, and how they came to. That was perfect. That's the stuff that I was asking for when I said I want an explanation. It explained their powers, it explained their relationships, and then on top of that, the pacing was perfect, bro. Like in Naruto, if you were to get that in Naruto, bro, I'm getting ready for a 20 episode grandma talk at a fireplace. You know what I'm saying? No, with this in and out, perfect. Keep the fight going, boom, boom, boom. This is what I was asking for. When I said that and I made that in that video, oh, I was just so happy when I finished Core 3. I'm like, yes, bro, Bleach is back, because like I'm getting it all and then some, because I was never expecting powers to be this diverse with so many characters. I was never expecting certain characters to fight, or I wasn't expecting certain people to die, and it's all coming together. That's why what I love about Bleach. Like the first, like Core 1 was peak, but it gave you lore. Core 2 gave you more lore, but didn't answer everything from Core 1's lore, which raised more questions than answers, because instead of answering some of the lore while showing the entertainment aspect of like the fights to attend to and things like that, they mainly focus on like certain fights getting done while the fights were still establishing more lore. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get some of the stuff, but why is why happening? Why is this happening? Why is everything happening kind of thing is where I started to come at until I started season 3. And then season 3 came back, got everything together, even a little bit of Core 1. It's like, boom, here's some amazing fights on top of that. Now let's finish it out. Like it fixed everything. And I wasn't expecting that at all. That's like the good things with Bleach. The good thing with Thousand Year Blood War is, even though that it made mistakes, it fixed those mistakes. And then on top of that, it went above and beyond. So if I were to give my honest truth on Bleach, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I'm not even gonna talk about Core 4, because Core 4 isn't gonna do nothing but shoot it out of the chart. But with Core 3, if I'm gonna give my honest truth, it's a 10 out of 10. Core 1 through 3, should I say. Core 1 was good, Core 2 was good, but it was a little iffy. A little bit of end of Core 1 actually was a little iffy too, in my personal opinion. But Core 3 came in, fixed it all up, and then gave us a cherry on top, ice cream sandwich, whatever you wanna think. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think Thousand Year Blood War is good so far? What do y'all rate out of 10? Let me know. Throw it in the comments. And before I end this video, I didn't really address the Squad Zero, like death and everything that they had going on, so much so, mainly because like everybody is in agreement on how Squad Zero was dealt. But my personal opinion, I think Squad Zero is actually made for future arcs. I think it's for like the Hell arc or whatever arc maybe after that. That's what Squad Zero is for. So they just had to introduce him then. And how they did, like maybe some things they could have done better was Uryu killing her. I didn't really like that. I know it's like significance why, but I don't know. It just still don't sit right with me with Uryu, you know what I'm saying? Because we know Uryu. And for him to, you know, that's it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Appreciate y'all. I really do. Catch y'all next.